What's up, guys? Today we're gonna be finishing my girlfriend's car. Got a few things to do on this. I gotta do an alignment because you can see that in here is getting a little bit, I think it's worse on the other side, but the inside of the tires are getting a little worn. I can't tell. I don't know what. Either way, one of the sides is getting pretty worn down. I actually just replaced the back two tires because she had a blowout recently. So, I mean, the new tires are probably gonna need to be replaced soon, but it does need alignment bad. So I'm gonna be doing that. I'm gonna be putting the front bumper back on, adjusting the clutch a little bit, fixing the steering wheel because it's a little crooked. And yeah, that's pretty much what we're gonna do today. This is actually not her bumper, that's mine, because last night I was out on a date with her and my car decided to break down. I'll get into that later and explaining what happened and how we're gonna fix it. But first things first, I'm gonna pull this up in the driveway a little further and then get it jacked up a little bit and start doing the alignment. So yeah. Alright, so now we got the car on jack so you can better see that this side's fine. And this side over here, can't even see this wheel's like straight, and then this one over here is turned quite a bit. So I got the Quick Trick alignment kit. I brought it from my friend. He lets me use it all the time because I do these quite a bit, but the alignment's actually not even that bad. This side's at 73, right at 73 inches. And then over here, it's at like 72 3/4, so it's only a 1/4 inch off, but I'm gonna get to fixing it right now and see if I can make it a little bit better. All right, so after a little bit of adjusting, focus, that says this side's at 73 and like an 8. And this side is the same. So pretty much dead even on each side, which is good. That's how it should be when doing an alignment. So the next step is gonna be putting the front bumper on and then adjusting the steering wheel, and that's pretty much it. So we just put the bumper back on, but never realized this before, but can't really tell. Like sticks out a little bit on each side. I didn't realize until now, but if I take this off, it's actually the radiator support hitting it. So I'm gonna take this off and then trim it, and the bumper should fit a lot better. So that's what I'm gonna do now. So I went ahead and trimmed this up. I tried using a bandsaw first, but it didn't really work, so I just ended up using a grinder. Cut the corner cut on this side. Same with this side. Not the cleanest cuts, but hopefully the bumper fits better. So I'm gonna throw the bumper on now and see how it looks. Okay, so the bumper is officially on. I'm pretty happy with how it fits. Sorry, the glare is pretty bad. Fits pretty good. Pops out a little bit on the corner, but I mean, it's a rep bumper, so can't be too mad about the fitment. But this fits way better. Like I said, this pops out a little bit, but not a big deal. So now I just gotta set it down and then adjust the steering, and then it should be good. So what I was talking about when I said I had to fix the steering wheel is that when the wheels are straight, the steering wheel is completely upside down. And the reason for that is because when we took the tranny out, we had to drop the subframe, which means we had to disconnect steering. And we just didn't hook up the steering straight again once we put everything back together, but it's a super easy fix. Just one 10mm bolt, spin the steering wheel, and hook it all back up. So that's the last step. Much better. That's how the steering wheel should be sitting. Nice. Bumper fits way better than it originally did, which is good. And then the alignment's done, so that's pretty much it. That's all I want to do to this car today. So as I said in the beginning of the video, I was going to explain what happened to my car last night. Basically, I drove it from my house all the way to my girlfriend's house, which is like a 45-minute drive. turned it off, let it sit for a couple hours, got in, and then drove to Scottsdale, which is another 30 minutes from her house. Turned it off, went out, played some mini golf, came back out, tried to turn it on, and no power. Don't know what happened. Like I said, drove all the way to Scottsdale perfectly fine, which is like 60 something miles from my house. And then I was in the parking garage. I wish I videoed it like later. I realized I should have videoed the whole process, but it was just a mess. We're in the middle of a parking garage. Had the car aired out, so I couldn't move it. Ended up moving it, even though it was aired out, which was a pain. It took 5 people to push from the back. Because I mean, when this car airs out, you can tell. Like, it's perfect fitment. So when it aired out, this tire's stuck. It's like locked in there. So that was a pain. Ended up getting it pushed down, and we couldn't get it pushed back because it was uphill. So I was stuck in the little parking garage. Cars were going all around me. Had direct traffic. It was a mess. So like I said, I wasn't even thinking of videoing it. But basically, what happened is this is my power wire, which comes from the trunk. That's where my battery is. It comes from the trunk all the way up to here to power up the fuse box. And as you can see in there, right here, this is where this wire originally was, but all the wire corroded and just shredded. So when I went to start it, there was no power being from this wire to here. So it wasn't able to start. I didn't realize until later. By later, I mean when my dad came to save the day. But because my original thought was one of these fuses blew, because that happened before. Same thing. I went to start the car and there was no power, and then it ended up being one of those fuses. So I just replaced that. But when I checked and all the fuses were good, I was had no idea what happened. So we're gonna fix it. I mean, it's in kind of a bad spot because when I wash the car, water gets here, and when I run over puddles, water gets here. So it just ended up corroding these wires. But we're actually gonna put this inside the car and switch it to a breaker, so that way I can, if anything happens before just blowing, it would trip the breaker, which is better than this, because this is just, once this goes out, then I have no power and there's no way to move the car. So it kind of sucked. But luckily the wire was long enough. We stretched it tight and I was able to land here. So I was able to get it home, which is good. But another thing that sucks is in doing that, I realized my brand new tires that I've had for a few months, both sides showing wire, which is not good. Kind of bummed out about that, but I mean, I didn't realize this thing needed alignment. It drove straight. Everything was fine. But yeah, that's basically all that happened. We're gonna fix that by putting it in the car. I mean, I don't plan on driving this car that much anyways during the summer, because it doesn't drive the same as in the winter. But yeah, that's basically all I wanted to say, was just what happened last night. Like I said, I wish I filmed it, but in the heat of the moment and everything going on, trying to fix it and get it out of the way of people and figure out the problem and try to get it home, like, it was just not on my mind at all, which sucks. But hopefully next time if something happens, I will be able to film it, and I will think of filming it. But yeah, it's basically gonna do it for today's video. I know it's kind of all over the place between finishing my girlfriend's car and explaining this, doing all kinds of stuff, shaving the bumper, all that stuff. I know it's kind of all over the place, but I just want to post a video to be consistent and get an upload for you guys, because the videos have been doing pretty good. I'm pretty happy with them. So that's gonna do it for today's video. I'm not sure what the next video will be, probably something with the MR2 S2000, but thanks for watching.